On a chilly February morning, I'm driving into town, into Assisi, stopping to gaze on the beauty of the extraordinary Basilica di San Francesco, built to house the body of the saint who is the patron saint, not of Assisi, but of all of Italy, along with Catherine of Siena. Buried in the tomb area in 1230, Francis died in 1226. He was canonized 2 years later, in July of 1228, by Gregory IX, who laid the foundation stone for the building of the church, which will be a tomb church to house his body. The lower basilica took just 2 years to finish. They had to get him under rock before the Perugians could come to steal his body. Out on the hill in the distance is Perugia, not far away from Assisi, maybe 22 kilometers, and site of an important battle. In 1202, the Perugians fought the Assisians, probably wanting to dominate also the river routes along the Tiber, which would have been a good way to get your goods to market in this violent period, thus saving your goods from robbery by highway brigands. And they were at continual warfare with each other, not just over domination of the Tiber river routes. But in any case, in the 1202 battle at Colle Strada, not far from Perugia, the young Francis is taken prisoner. He's about 20, was born in either 1181 or 1182, died at the age of 44 in 1226. And he's taken prisoner, and that will change his life. It takes a year for the bartering to be done to buy back the prisoners. He's kept in a subterranean prison cell, and you can imagine the conditions. He goes through spiritual, physical, emotional changes. He has a lot of time to reflect on his past life as a joyous young cloth merchant's son without a care in the world. He decides that all wars are fought over possession, desire to possess that which another has, and to end wars, one can live in a spirit of poverty. And now, in front of the glorious Basilica di San Francesco, we have a statue in bronze. It was sculpted in 2005 by Norberto, artist of Spello, and it represents Francis returning from the war with Perugia. He looks broken, doesn't he? His horse looks broken. He was in prison for about a year. And interestingly, the statue is placed on the lawn in front of the upper level of the glorious Basilica, and the horse is pointing towards Perugia. And it was the battle between Assisi and Perugia in which Francis had participated. If you look to the left of the bell tower, you can see up on the hill there the city of Perugia. Living in a spirit of poverty for Francis will be the conclusion to bellicose activities. In young Francis's lifetime, there's no Italy. Italy is a nation as of 1860. In the Middle Ages, each town is its own possession, its own entity. And that is why the towns are walled, why the city gates are closed at night. Assisi had the law of three. After 3 bells at sunset, no one could go outside the walls except in companies of 3, every 3 carrying a lantern. So this indicates to us the extraordinary violence of the Middle Ages. And it is Francis who is going to try to promote peace through denial of possession. The great basilica is finished finally in 1253. Started in 1228, finished in 1253. An extraordinary feat. But again, important to get him under rock before the Perugians could come to steal his body. Because in the Middle Ages, the possession of relics would keep your town safe. The basilica is frescoed with 10,000 square meters of some of the most extraordinary frescoes ever painted between 1280 and the 16th century. It is a not-to-miss visit when you're in Assisi, and Assisi is not to miss when you are in Italy. Come in the springtime, come in the fall, come in the summer, even come in the winter. Few tourists, and the beauty remains enticing. See you soon in our marvelous Assisi.